have some dried, washed, black-eyed peas here, and we're getting ready to can these. We're doing what they call a raw pack. We're going to put our salt. I put a half a teaspoon of salt in my pint jars, and then we'll put 1 cup of black-eyed peas in, and then we'll put some hot liquid over it, which I'm using just hot water. And we're adding a little bit of bacon to each jar, just a little square piece, just for flavor. And again, we're just putting a half a teaspoon of salt in. Now this is canning salt. It doesn't have any additives in it. Be sure to use that if you're going to put salt in your black-eyed peas or whatever you're canning. Now this is 2 1-pound bags of black-eyed peas. It says 1 pound is 2 cups. As you can already see, I've done put 3 cups away here. So when I washed them and all, with them being wet, they probably swelled a little bit. So 2 pounds gave me 8 pint jars. We'll continue filling the rest of these jars and adding bacon in there and salt. And, oh, it's going to be nice to have these put up. Hey, New Year's is coming around. We've got to have our black-eyed peas. Now we'll fill our jars with hot water and give it a generous 1-inch headspace. Now we'll work them bubbles out of these black-eyed peas. Just take your debubbler and work it around there and these peas, or whatever you gotta release the bubbles out of. And release it and maybe give it some more space. You may have to add some more liquid to them. Get our lids all ready and get our rings on there. Now, some video took off somewhere, so the lids and rings are on. Now we're getting ready to put them into the canner, the pressure canner. This is a 16-quart pressure canner, and I always put 3 quarts of water in it and have the water heated and ready for when I put the lid on. It won't take that long to build up the pressure to start the processing. And you'll also notice we get all but 2 in there, but when we open the lid back up, it shows we have 8 pints. Again, I think there's a video gremlin in my project here. I mean, it can't be me making them mistakes, can it? When you have a solid stream of steam, time it for 10 minutes, then you put your jiggler on the vent. Now I'm using the weighted gauge, which is the little jiggler. It has 2 metal rings, and you pull one off, and that's 10 pounds, and that's what it takes for my area and altitude. And always go by the National Center for Home Food Preservation, their recommendations. Check your altitude so you know what pressures to can at. Okay, it's jiggling. We're at 10 pounds of pressure, and we're done. Well, that was quick. Actually, that was 1 hour and 15 minutes, plus cool down time. So for processing these, 1 hour and 15 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. Okay, here we got 8 jars, but look at that. Everything looks really good. Now we'll get them out here and we'll let them set for about 12 hours, 15 hours. Now again, wash your peas. Make sure they're really clean. Wash them real good. And then I put 1 cup in each jar with a half a teaspoon of canning and pickling salt and a small piece of bacon in each one for flavoring. Put them in the canner, process for 1 hour and 15 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. Now this is for my area and my altitude. That's what it calls for. Now we'll get the rest of these jars out, set them on the towel over here on the counter. Now if you haven't already noticed, when you go to the grocery store, your bill of groceries is probably doubled. Prices are skyrocketing. And what better way to help you stretch your dollars? Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I showed you something. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, I hope you consider subscribing. Have a great day.